I built a sea-themed commander deck for Teamseas. The commander, Slinn Voda, the Rising Deep, is 6 blue for legendary creature Leviathan, 8 a kicker, 1 in a blue. You may pay an additional 1 in a blue as you cast this spell. When Slinn Voda, the Rising Deep, enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return all creatures to their owner's hands except merfolk, krakens, leviathans, octopuses, and serpents. The deck costs $96, and it's mostly just built as a theme deck for Teamseas. It has themed cards for trash and the ocean. This deck is playable in Battlecruiser, but if you want to buy it, keep in mind that many choices were made for flavor rather than power level. The mana curve is on the expensive side, and the win condition is just playing tons of big sea creatures, which is fragile and expensive. But it's a fun theme, and I like the deck. But let's talk about some of the categories. First, big sea creatures. These are the way we can win, and since they're in the ocean, they fit with our theme pretty well. It can be very expensive to cast these, and most range from 6 to 9 mana, which is largely why this deck is a low power level. But the cost rewards us with big and powerful creatures, so it's worth casting. Most of the time, these creatures are how we will win the game. Inkwell Leviathan and Deep Sea Kraken are just big. Stormtide Leviathan will prevent our opponents from attacking, and Nezahal, the Primal Tide, will draw us cards. The trash category is a theme category. It shows cards that display trash in their art, flavor text, or name, such as Fishliver Oil, which shows a fish and some oil, Wall of Junk, which is literally a wall of junk, Scrap Heap, which shows a junkyard, and Seacoast Drake, which if you read the flavor text, Seacoast Drakes have been known to follow ships for hundreds of miles, waiting to snap up garbage, bait, and the occasional sailor. You can see that this good little Drake is picking up the trash from the boat. These cards aren't particularly powerful, but it's quite fun, and they have a good connection with our theme. Sadly, trash is a real thing, not just in Magic, but there's something you can do to help. Teamseas is a project started by Mrbeast and Mark Rober to remove 30 million pounds of trash from the ocean. For every dollar donated, 1 pound of trash will be removed from the ocean. Donate at teamseas.org. I will personally be donating $20. This deck's high mana cost isn't quite as bad as it seems. This deck has a lot of ramp. There are 18 cards within the ramp category, and most of it is mana rock. This category is probably the biggest stretch from the theme, but the ramp is important to make the deck function. Grand Dynamo, Worn Power Stone, and Kefnit's Monument are all good examples. We are able to run a large variety of ramp and mana costs of ramp because we're ramping up to such large spells. There are 7 pieces of draw, which is much less than I'd usually have, but considering how high the mana curve is, we don't really need to draw so many cards. There's a strong connection with our theme, with cards like Nezahal, Primal Tide, Storm Surge Kraken, and Mystic Remora, and there's a lot of overlap with our other categories within this. We have 5 pieces of removal, which doesn't seem like a lot, but considering this is a Battlecruiser deck, it's on the high side. These all have a strong connection to the ocean, with cards like Whelming Wave, Foil, Engulf the Shore, Into the Royal, and Pongify, and they're good as pieces of removal too. And don't forget that our commander is also removable, although it's 10 mana if you actually want to get rid of things, so I don't think it counts. My synergy category is mostly for things which didn't fit elsewhere, so something like Quest for Ula's Temple, which lets us cheat out krakens, leviathans, octopuses, or serpents, Ominous Seas, which can get us a big kraken, Thieving Skydiver, which can steal our opponent's artifact, and Nadir Kraken to get us value off of our draw. We are running 39 lands, which is much more than usual, but we have a very high mana curve, and the power level is lower, so the games will last longer. These lands include Soaring Sea Cliff, which shows a sea cliff, Remote Isle, which shows an island and the sea, and Lonely Sandbar, which shows a beach. There's also 36 islands, which are not just duplicates of one version. Every single island here is unique and depicts the ocean, just to add a little bit more flavor. Watch this video next to learn Scryfall syntax. It's extremely powerful and useful. And subscribe because I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers by 2022. And don't forget to donate to Teamseas. The link is in the description, teamseas.org.